Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be learning how to cut 3 basic and very common necklines. We have the basic round shaped neckline, the V neckline, and the square neckline. So these are the 3 necklines we'll be going through today. The items we'll be needing for this are paper, which will serve as our fabric. We have our chalk. If you're using a fabric, you use the chalk. We have our pencil, which I will be using instead of the chalk. We have our ruler. Have our tape, glue, and scissors. So I'll be trimming the pattern paper because it's a bit bulky. So I'll trim it to a very short form. Measuring the standard neck shoulder measurement. So we assume that this is the top of the fabric and this is where the fabric ends, the bottom of the fabric. So on the top of the fabric, we start by measuring the neck shoulder standard measurement, which is how I learned. It could be different for various fashion designers, but this is how I learned mine. So the standard measurement is 3 inches, which I mark here, and 8 inches here. So I'll start by measuring this so that it will look more closely like a neck shoulder look. So at this shoulder point, I'm going to go down by about half an inch. And then join it with the marked neckline. At least this gives an idea of how fabric looks like. So you have the shoulder, which always slants, especially for female outfits. So to the neckline, for a round neck, you can decide to start your measurement from these 3. Since learning this type of standard, I've always felt it comfortable to actually start the measurements from 3 and not closer, unless maybe the outfit is going to come with a collar. So I'm always comfortable with my round neck starting from these 3 or above it, but not below 3. Measure your 3.5, starting from the edge of the cloth. So you measure 3.5 inches. So this is 3.5. Measure 3.5 inches. Then for the depth, we said we'll be using 4 inches. So measure 4 inches. I'm going to be closer, sorry. Measure 4 inches here. So you measure the same 4 inches where the 3.5 measurement is. makes it easier when you're joining. And you also measure the 3.5 on the line of the 4 inches, which is already the same point. So now we'll join this width measurement to the point to the depth measurement like this. So we'll put our ruler here, measure, join, and the 3.5 here. So we have something looking like a square shaped neckline already, which we'll still do. I'll still put you through. So to get the round shape, you can measure 1 inch diagonally on the point where both lines meet. Then I'll be using my free hand to join the line to meet with the depth line, and also mark the line in a round way to meet with the width line, right? Maintaining this round shape over here. Can make it higher if you want. Don't make it too high though. So we have achieved our round shape. And then we cut. So we'll cut it this way. So we now have our round shaped neckline. You can see our round shaped neckline is here. So I'll be cutting the V neckline next. So we have our pattern paper folded in two. We'll use the same measurements we used as the standard neck shoulder measurement in the first video, which is 3 inches, 8 inches, going down on the 8-inch measurement by 1 inch and joining it to the neck marking. Right, so we use the same width, 3.5, the same width we used for the circle. However, since we'll be doing a V-neck, we'll use a width of about 6 to 7 inches. Let's use 7 inches. Because V-neck has to do with depth. So we'll be joining these two lines. These two, I mean. However, on this line, I advise you go down by 1/4 to 1/2 inches because it makes it easier when you're joining it with the back of the dress. Unlike if there's and from this side it would just be like something like a straight line, just a short straight line. So this helps when you're joining the front of the fabric to the back of the fabric, because if there's a straight sharp line there, it kind of makes it go up, like it doesn't balance on the shoulder. So We'll now be measuring the v-neck from the point we marked here straight to the depth measurement, like this. Straight measurement. Then we'll cut. So at this point here, I advise you make it curvy at the point here, because making a sharp straight here won't be comfortable when you're sewing. So you make it curvy, then you cut, taking it off the curve, then you make this straight to the end. So here we have our V neckline, and with a sharp V neckline. Still following the same method we followed earlier. We'll mark the 3" 8" standard I use. Go down by 1 inch, mark, and join with the neck marking. Now for the square shape, we'll be using the same width as earlier, same width, which is a 3.5 inch. Then for our depth, we'll be using about 4.5 inches. If you can use lesser, but if you use lesser, it will give you more of a rectangle shaped neckline than a square neckline. So here also, where the 3.5 mark is, we'll measure the 4.5 mark. Then we join this together. This point here and this point here. Then we cut. So like I said, you can make it less deeper than this, but it's going to give you a rectangle shaped neckline. So that's all. We've come to the end of the video, where you learn with much practice you perfect this. There are basic necklines, the V-neck, the square neck, and the circle neck, which is most popular. So I hope you liked this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you understood it. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment and ask on the comment section. Thank you, and see you in the next video.